Nice to meet you. How old are you?
9.
Nice to meet you. What's your question?
How long did it take you to publish this app?
How long did it take to publish the app? That's a great question. So it was already an existing book. I think you've seen the book. It took about 9 months to create the app because what we needed to do was we needed to make some changes to the illustrations so that different things could be animated. We needed to write music, find sound effects, and then the developer needed to code the app as well, which is all the programming, the computer programming. So it took about 9 months from the decision to make the app to actually being in the App Store.
Okay. Okay, now I'm going to pick another one.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, this is Erin.
Okay, hi Erin. Hi. Nice to meet you.
I think she has 2 questions.
No worries.
How did you pick the characters?
How did I do what? Sorry?
How did you pick the characters?
How did I pick the characters? So what happened was when I sat down to write, I didn't know what I was going to write. I knew that I wanted to write a treasure hunt adventure story. And Treasure Kai just came to me when I was just sitting there typing a story. And when I was writing Treasure Kai, what I did was I just started speaking the story out loud. That's often what I will do is I will tell the story and then type as I'm speaking the story. And the very first day, little Treasure Kai wasn't Treasure Kai. His name was Sam. And in fact, he went through several names before he became Treasure Kai. And I have a fun fact video on my website that tells you more about that. But yeah, excuse me, the character just kind of came to me as I was writing. And then it was later when I was writing the second book that I started thinking about who Treasure Kai's best friend might be. And immediately Kate popped into my mind. And Kate is a feisty girl. She's kind of like Laura Croft in that she's a very action-orientated girl, but she loves her bling like Barbie does. So that was Kate. She popped into my brain. So the 2 main characters are Treasure Kai and Kate, and they're the ones that I'm going to develop and work on first.
Okay, and here's her other question.
Okay.
What made you want to create Treasure Kai?
What made me want to create Treasure Kai? Well, it was kind of an accident. What happened was I was struggling to get my sons to read for fun. They were 6 and 9 years old at the time. This was 5 years ago. And one night I literally had a dream, sleep, and I saw in my dream a new kind of book where each time you turn the page, you had to do something with your hands to make the story keep going. And from that dream, I eventually thought, oh, wouldn't it be nice to put toys in a book in a way that you could touch and feel, and it could be really interactive. And one day, I couldn't figure out how I could put toys in a book. And then one day, I was watching a news report, and the news report was about a real-life sunken ship that was found. And on that ship was hundreds of thousands of silver and gold coins worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And all of a sudden, I had the idea of, bing, I'll put treasure chests on a book, and I'll put the toys inside, and I'll write a treasure hunt adventure story. So you see, I didn't start out with the idea of Treasure Kai or what the story would be. It was more a matter of I wanted an interactive, fun book, and then I had the idea of doing a treasure hunt adventure, and then I created the book with toys and treasure chests that you would have seen in a classroom. And then in 2010, when my son picked up an iPad for the first time and he chose storybook apps over games, that's when I decided to turn Treasure Kai into an app, because it is such a great story to be a book app because you have to touch it to make the story progress, and that's quite different from most books. So I didn't start out to write Treasure Kai or create Treasure Kai. It was more a matter of how can I engage kids with reading? How can kids have fun with stories that in ways that they can touch the story and feel the story and not just read the story? So a long answer, but that's how it happened. Thanks, Erin.
Thank you. Okay, we'll do Haley next.
Hi, Haley.
Are you going to create another app? like Treasure Kai soon?
Am I going to create another app like Treasure Kai soon? Yes, I am. The sequel, so part 2, Treasure Kai and the 7 Cities of Gold, is in production now. It'll be ready in about probably 2 months. And it's a really neat story because you know what happens at the end of Treasure Kai, the first one, he wakes up, because the whole experience, the whole treasure hunt is in a dream. He wakes up and he finds a real map and a real clue in his pocket. And so the second book app picks up from that point when he wakes up and he's got the map and the clue, and Kate comes bursting into the room, and all of a sudden we find out something really important that's happened to Kate while Kai was dreaming. And then what happens is Kai is going to go back in time to 1540 in the southwestern states of America and in Mexico. And he's going to race Francisco Coronado to find the 7 lost cities of gold. So I don't know if you remember in history reading about Coronado and how he went looking for the 7 cities of gold in America, but that's what the second story is all about. And it'll be ready in a couple of months. Thanks for that, Haley. Great question.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
We'll do Bianca. And by the way, my 4-year-old loves the app.
Oh, thanks for that.
Probably about as much as my kids at school do.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you. Hi, Bianca.
Hi. What do you like most about creating apps?
What do I like most about creating apps? You know, that's a really good question. I don't think anyone's ever asked me that. What I like most about it is it's so unexpected because I'm not a technical person. I'm not someone who's going to pick up my phone and know everything to use on it or anything like that. But what I love about storybook apps is that I can pick up the iPad and I can read a story and I can go into a whole nother world just like I do when I'm reading a book, but I can experience it with all of my senses. I can hear music, I can hear sound, I can see animation, I can touch it and feel it, and I can experience the story in a whole different way. And that's what I think is the most exciting about it. And it takes me through stories in ways that are different too. I can not just read the story from start to finish, but some storybook apps will take me to different places or give me extra content. So I think that's what I like best about apps is it's story and then story beyond that.